All right, hello again, everybody. This is Fred Wissen, also known as P-Town Subby. What I'm going to talk about today is selecting wood for hybrid casting. Hybrid blanks are also referred to as worthless wood. They use Burl caps, and they're a resin wood mixture. So I've got over here a cookie tray full of wood that I've already baked in my oven. I baked it for 12 hours at 225 degrees in order to remove all the moisture. So now that the wood's dry, I've taken it out of the oven, let it cool, and I've got sitting on my table saw here a collection of wood pieces that I think would work well for this type of casting. The majority of these are Australian type burls, and anything with rough texture on the top like these always seem to do pretty well in a type of casting. So you take a look at this one here. I've got to do a little work on this before I can do anything with it. So one thing you want to watch for is bark. Right here is a huge piece of bark on this piece. Well, luckily that came off all in one piece, but it doesn't always happen that way, and you might have to actually use some type of Dremel or Fordham tool to clean this up. So now all I'll do is I'll take this over, use a wire brush on it, clean the rest of that loose bark off of it, and then I'll be able to use it. You can see all the peaks and valleys. That'll work really well for a hybrid casting. The other piece I want to show you is this one here. It started off pretty big, and so how do you get that to fit in your mold properly? Well, I've already done one cut on it, taken off a 7/8 piece because that's the width of the mold, and this is what I ended up with, was two pieces. So what I'll do next is I'll take another cut at this, take another 7/8 piece off of it, and then I'm going to put this one back on the table saw and take 7/8 off the bottom here. And that'll give me a nice casting here, and it'll give me another nice casting up here with some color that'll continue with the blank. So if you give me a second, I'll take and cut those. You can see these other pieces. Before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about this piece right here. If you look at this piece, it's almost a full blank size. It's got some valleys in it, but by the time you turn this piece, you're going to end up with nothing but a piece of wood. So this is an example of something that would not work well. But if you cut off a piece here, you've got a section up here that would work well. So you can't always use the full piece that you get in these Burl cut-off boxes. But this one might make a pretty reasonable Sierra style pen. All right, so I'm going to take and cut these really quick. What I have here is I've got an extremely thin blade so that I don't waste a lot of wood when you cut these burls. That's an infinity blade. It's an expensive blade. If anybody's interested in where to order it, let me know and I can send you the link. But I've got a push block here that's nothing more than just a piece of wood that I cut an elbow out of it so that it hook onto the back of the wood, and I'm just going to turn the saw on and feed this through. Alright, there's a nice piece that I'll be able to cast now. So all I do is come over to my mold, take and put that piece in where I want it. There you go. That's going to create a bottom piece of wood with the wood acrylic transition, and then a top piece. And if I really want to, another thing I could do is shorten this to like this, and then I can take and put this other piece that I cut up on the top portion like that. All right, that's a way that you can use cutoffs to make a better hybrid blank. So then you'd have something along the lines of that in the mold. I know it's hard to visualize right now, but I think that'd make a pretty cool blank, and I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. So what I would do is go over to my bandsaw and take and cut this off at about like that, right there. I know that's a quick little video on how to choose the right blank, the right wood to fit in your mold. I'll try and do some more short videos like this. And if you have any questions, please post below. And I appreciate you watching my videos. Thanks.